Hello dear students. Today's topic of lecture is power supply. You might have seen in many applications it requires power supply. This power supply actually gives the electrical power for electrical circuits in the form of voltage and current. This power supply is of two type. One is called as AC power supply. This AC power supply is used for domestic and industrial applications in worldwide. All the electrical devices and appliances like fridge, air conditioner, fan, motor pump, light, bulbs, electric irons, electric geysers, induction, etc. They work on AC power supply. In India, the domestic power supply is of 230 volt and the current rating is 5 ampere. This power supply has a frequency of 50 Hz. The AC supply is very simple to generate and can be distributed to various places with the help of transmission lines. The strength of AC power supply can be easily increased or decreased with the help of transformer. There are two types of transformer. With the help of them, we can either increase or decrease the voltage. So this AC power supply, it can be easily converted into DC with some circuits. Now the second type is DC power supply. The DC power supply, it is generated mostly using the cells or batteries, but one of the convenient way to convert a DC or to get the DC is to convert it from AC. For this, it will uses a circuit which is called as rectifier. This rectifier is a device that takes AC line voltage as the input and gives steady DC at the output voltage. Along with the rectifier, some more circuits are required to construct a DC power supply. Now let us see what is the need of regulated power supply. All the modern electronic devices, they are designed and fabricated using semiconductor ICs. These ICs dissipate very less power. ICs consist of smaller semiconductor components. Due to small rise, there is a excessive heat in the components. This heat may damage the IC. Therefore, to increase the life of ICs, ultimately the devices require a regulated power supply. So, this power supply should give a constant voltage without less dissipation of power. So, this is the need of regulated power supplies. Now, this regulated power supplies comprise of many circuits, in which one of the circuit which is called as rectifier is the essential part, because this rectifier converts AC voltage into DC. So rectifier, it is an electronic circuit that converts bidirectional current into unidirectional current. The main component is the diode which is used in rectifier. This diode conducts only in one direction when they are in forward bias mode. Hence, it is the main rectifying element used in rectifier. The power supply distributed by the power companies is AC, and all the electronic equipments works only on DC power. Therefore, to create DC, it is convenient to convert it from AC. So, here it is the need to convert AC into DC with the help of rectifier. The high voltage AC is not required by all the electronic equipment, hence the voltage should be lower down, and this is done with the step down transformer. So transformer is also an essential part of power supplies. The transformer has following advantages: that the AC input voltage can be stepped up or stepped down easily as our need. Second thing, it saves the power. Third thing, the transformer isolates the mains AC power with the load circuit. These rectifiers, they are mostly classified into two types. One of them is called as half wave rectifier and second is called as full wave rectifier. Now what is mean by half wave rectifier? In half wave rectifier, the output current flows only for half cycle of the input AC. while in full wave rectifier the output current flows for both the half cycles in same direction. This full wave rectifier, it is again classified into two types: full wave rectifier using a center type transformer and full wave rectifier using bridge type connection. We will discuss it later, but first of all let us see what is meant by half wave rectifier. You can see the diagram of half wave rectifier. Here a transformer is used. Transformer is a device which is constructed using a core and coils. There are two types of coils wound on the same core. One of them is called as primary coil and another is called as secondary coil. Both the coils are wound on the same core. So due to mutual inductance, when AC voltage is applied to primary voltage, it will produce electromotive force at the secondary. This electromotive force generated at the secondary depends on the turns ratio. If N1 is the turns at the primary and if N2 is the turns at the secondary, the output voltage can be calculated using a formula as N1 upon N2 equal to V1 upon V2, where N1 is the primary turns, N2 are the secondary turns, and V1 is the primary voltage and V2 is the secondary voltage. So by considering one of the turn and input voltage, we can construct the output voltage. So any value of transformer with secondary voltage can be constructed using this formula. As we discussed before, there are two types of transformer. One of them is called as stepped up transformer and second is called as step down transformer. Here in this diagram we have used a step down transformer. This step down transformer can be identified if the number of turns at the primary are more and secondary are less. This transformer is the step down transformer. If the ratio is reverse, that means if number of turns at the primary are less than that of the secondary, that will be step up transformer. That means step up transformer is used to increase the voltage level at the secondary, while step down transformer is used where we want to decrease the voltage level at the secondary. So this is how transformer will work. Now back to half wave rectifier. The 230 volt AC with 50 Hz cycle frequency AC mains voltage is applied at the primary of step down transformer. This voltage is transferred at the secondary with the reducing voltage and there is no change in the frequency. Transformer also create the isolation between AC mains and the connected circuit at the load. So here only the voltage, that means the strength of the input signal, it is actually reduced using transformer, but at the secondary still we are getting the AC. So alternating voltage is there. Suppose at the top of the secondary, if that point is positive with respect to the other point, then during the positive half cycle of secondary AC input voltage, this diode connected will be forward bias. So the diode, when the diode is forward bias, it will conduct. So all the current during the positive half cycle will conducted through the diode. Now here the load resistance is connected in series with the diode. So all the current will also flow through the load resistance. So we will get the half wave as it is conducted at the output. As this is the AC voltage, after completion of half cycle, there will be negative half cycle at the upper point of the secondary coil. Now when this point will be negative, that means that the lower point will be positive. So when upper point of the secondary coil is negative for AC input voltage, the diode D will be reverse bias. So when diode D is reverse bias, it will do not conduct. So the current does not conduct through the diode and it will offer high resistance for the path of current. Hence during negative half cycle, if there is no current through the diode, obviously there will be no current through the load resistance too. So here no voltage will be developed or dropped across load resistance. So the voltage during the negative half cycle will be 0. So in this way the diode will conduct alternately for positive half cycles of AC input voltage. These cycles are repeated, so at the output we will get only half waves are rectified and they are getting at the output, and all the negative half cycles they are eliminated from the output. So here we can say that the AC voltage it is converted into a positive half cycles only. That means a bidirectional current it is converted into unidirectional current using this rectifier. Now what will be the value of DC voltages? We can take an example. Suppose a secondary voltage after calculation is suppose 10 volt at the secondary. So this 10 volt will be the root mean square value calculated by the formula. This value must be converted into the peak value, because when this voltage is to be measured we will use a voltmeter and DC voltmeter will be there, and this value only the peak value will be shown by the meters. So that is why for calculating part we have to convert it into peak value or max value. So this is done using a formula, as when we get the root mean square value at the secondary, this should be multiplied by root 2. So for example, if the 10 volt is root mean square value at the secondary, we have to multiply it by root 2, and the voltage at the secondary, maximum voltage at the secondary will be 14.14 volt. Now to calculate the DC or average value, we have to use a formula which is nothing but peak value divided by pi. So if you calculate it, we can find 4.5 volt at the output. So you can see when secondary voltage is 10 volt, near about half voltage is generated at the output. So this is how half wave rectifier converts AC voltage into DC, and we will get the voltage unidirectional at the output. So this is how half wave rectifier will work.